What is up, my sweet angels? It's your boy Clear here, and today I want to talk about performing masculinity versus performing femininity. I'm gonna turn off the fan because it's warm, but I don't want to be too loud. So thank you for being here with me, first of all. And this is a topic that's on my mind right now because I hung out with my trans guy friend today, and we were talking about performing masculinity and what it feels like for us. And ultimately, all gender is a performance. It's a socially constructed categorization system that has roots in colonization. And that's what it is. It's related to white supremacy and patriarchy, of course, something that's actually real or innate in us. I personally believe that every single human being who has ever walked this earth has their own unique gender. There are as many genders as there are experiences. And you can even break that down into moments in the day, or moments in your week, or in your month, or in your year, or in your lifetime. Gender doesn't have to be linear. It can feel linear for some people, but it's not linear for everybody. So I love the textures of gender. I love the medium for me to play with as somebody who has the privilege and grace of getting to be transgender and non-binary in this lifetime. So it's been interesting because I was hanging out with someone the other day, and I remember being conscious while I was with them not to perform masculinity or not to overperform masculinity. I didn't want it to seem like I was trying to be a guy or trying to be a macho guy or trying to be dominant. I didn't want it to feel like I was taking up too much space. I wanted to feel natural and authentic. And I'm naturally quite a soft person. But as my exterior has been changing, there have also been changes in my interior as well. Being testosterone dominant instead of estrogen dominant, there are certain things within my brain and the chemistry, of course, of my hormones that are completely different from when I was living in an estrogen dominant body. So I'm new to this, right? Like I'm almost 11 months on testosterone, and by some standards, I'm actually still microdosing. So yeah, my journey is fresh, and it's such a gift to get to experience it and watch it unfolding, not just before my eyes, but like through my body. And after I was hanging out with this person where I was being careful not to overperform masculinity, I found that when I was walking home, and this was not my friend who I was chilling with, my trans mask friend today. This was somebody else another day who I'm talking about in this situation. Yeah, when I was walking home from chilling with them, I noticed that my gait, like the way I was walking, was more typically masculine, a bit more square. You know, the masculine swagger and power that men can hold. I felt that in my body as I was walking home alone that night. And I felt safe in the area. It wasn't me performing masculinity or overperforming it as a safety mechanism, which I do sometimes. I did pre-transition too. It's not that type of masculine energy walking alone at night. It was something that just sprang forth in me naturally. And I realized, I was like, oh, so when I was chilling with my friend earlier, there was actually a part of me that was stifling my masculine embodiment while I was with them to seem like I was not overperforming masculinity. And so I just wanted to name that and speak about it because it was something interesting for me to actually acknowledge that there was a part of me that wanted to be authentic so badly that I ended up squashing part of my authenticity. And this can be a bit of a mindfuck for trans people sometimes. Obviously, it's a bit of a mindfuck for me right now, where I'm like, yo, Clear, like your masculine embodiment is real. You are real. You exist. Your gender experience is fucking valid. And you're beautiful just the way you are. You can be whoever you want to be. And this applies for you too, of course. Just saying. Yeah, but that was really interesting for me to like have that light bulb moment where I realized that that was happening. And Upon further reflection of it, I realized that when I had been playing to a female archetype pre-transition, I was also stifling my masculinity then. I didn't let myself walk with that gait and that masculine presence and swagger pre-transition either, unless I was perhaps alone and not seen. It was like I wouldn't allow my body to embody this masculine vibration because I was a woman and that wasn't supposed to be what I was doing. And I had a body memory of that today upon reflecting on this. And so I wanted to share it. It's interesting. And I think that, yes, gender is often a performance. What did RuPaul say? We're born naked at birth and the rest is drag, right? The rest is us putting on costumes to communicate our identities or communicate parts of ourselves or just simply to be art, which is still a really deep communicating part of our identities always, even if we're playing a role, right? We're giving insight into a part of who we are whenever we create art, whenever we create anything, including, how we structure our minds. So this performance piece that is my lifetime, this beautiful opportunity to get to be human at this time as me is complex and it's shifting. And the dance of my gender is something that I hold so dear to me, and to get to reflect on it deeply and use it as an opportunity for deeper self-study is more than I ever knew to ask for. I really am so grateful to be trans and to get to play with my gender in this way and witness it. And I think, my conclusion upon this piece around really what is perceived as masculine, because I've been using the word performance a lot, and it's in the title of the video, at least as I'm live streaming this. And I think that although, yes, I am performing my genders constantly because I exist in 3D, and so there's information being given off simply by how I'm existing, not just how I physically am presenting, but also how I'm holding myself, my body language. All of this can have shades of gender to it when we think about typical gender constructs. And I can just exist as me. And so can you, right? We can just exist, babe. We can just exist. And things that someone may have dubbed masculine or feminine in the past, these traits are ambiguous. What we consider masculine and feminine has shifted so much over the vastness of human history. And I want to shout out the Arcturians one time because they are fluid beings. And I know I've mentioned that on this channel before, but that was really inspiring to me when I read that and when I felt into that. It feels like the consistency of my soul is most pure and vast when I'm in my fluidity, when I'm in the beautiful reckoning and recognition with all parts of my gender multiplicity, not just that exists in my cells and the vibration of my physical particles, but also in the vibration of my spirit. I love being all genders. And I think that, as I am continuing to move through gender dysphoria as someone who feels like a man in this lifetime and wants to be in relation, particularly romantic relation, from the side of a man, from the experience of a man versus as a woman, there's still gender euphoria that I do experience. And gender dysphoria. It's both, but there is still gender dysphoria that I experience. And it can be really difficult, but as I allow myself to go slowly, not rush my transition, whether it's physically or in my heart or in my mind, and I can feel my third eye, there's a pressure right now. Also feeling something in my throat chakra. And it feels good to communicate this and to speak about it. So thank you for holding space and for being here with me, YouTube community. as I am going through all these beautiful changes and all this reckoning, I'm just reminding myself to go slowly, be patient with yourself, Clear, and recognize as well that I am creating a new frontier for the possibility of human experience. And what greater gift could I give humanity at the end of the day? What greater gift could we give than to expand the potential and the possibility of what it means to be human, and hopefully into something that is more honest, more articulate, more authentic, and allows greater light to shine through in different ways onto this planet. You know, it's a gift. It's a gift. So if you're trans and you're watching this, I thank you. If you're cis and you're watching this, I thank you. And if you're non-binary and you're watching this, I thank you and I bow to you, especially because I think that to be non-binary and fluid in our genders holds a truth that we are tapping into deeper and deeper as a collective. And I'm so grateful for all the non-binary people who came before me and came out and came to their light before I did, because it was because of them that I got to have a blueprint for who I could be and who I could know myself as someone who, like, yes, I know I want to walk through the world as like this beautiful man. And it's also beautiful that my body is showing up in a way that is different than a cisgender man. And that the magic and multiplicity within me holds even more dimensions than a cisgender man. So this is right now with processing masculinity and femininity and how I'm embodying it. And I'm very grateful to all of you for being here with me and reflecting on your own truth and, and living in your own truth and your own honesty. It's such a courageous thing to do, whatever it looks like for you. And, we're worth it. We're worth finding out what our honesty is and what our honesty that our bodies are communicating to us is, and living in accordance with whatever that is, whatever the fuck it is, right? Whatever it is. So, I'm feeling crystal clear. I'm feeling clear as day. I hope this video helped you to get clear and transmit your beautiful, gorgeous, unique light. Sending you so much love. And with that, my friends, I am out.